Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. I am your real estate cowgirl, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about something that I am so excited about because it is finally roping season in Arizona. Yes, we are in the middle of October. The weather is starting to cool down. People are starting to flock to Arizona, and the season is about to kick off. It's a pretty well-known thing at this point that Arizona is the place to be for team roping in the wintertime. There is no place like it. The weather is so gorgeous. You have sunny days more than you have rainy days. There's so much space, and there are just so many places to go rope. It is the place to be. We are in Arizona for the winter. We are here and we are ready to rope. I am so excited. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the things that you need to know, whether you are in Arizona already, whether you are coming to Arizona for the winter for any amount of time. These are the things that I feel like you should know as you prepare to get here for the winter. So first things first, there are going to be all different types of jackpots. For the seasoned pro roper to the beginning roper, there is going to be something for everybody. That is what I absolutely love about roping in Arizona in the wintertime. You have your open ropings, your 15, 14, 13 ropings for your higher numbered people, and then you have your 7s, 8s, and 9s for your lower numbered people. There's honestly just something for everybody. Of course, there are going to be a few World Series ropings throughout the winter in Buckeye, in Wickenburg, and things like that. You're also going to have your local community ropings. You're going to have your Legends ropings for your team ropers who are 50 years of age or older. Or for the women, depending on the producer, you could have a Legends where women over 30 can rope or women over 40. That's just going to depend on the producer. So where is all of this action going to be happening? Well, it's going to be all over. There are arenas across the Phoenix Valley as far as Queen Creek down into Coolidge and Florence, Casa Grande. Then on the west side you have Buckeye. Up in the northwest corner you have Wickenburg, which is the team roping capital of the world. So you can expect a lot of stuff to be going on up there. But you also have kind of in the north end, Cave Creek at Dynamite Arena. The action is really truly everywhere. However, I do feel like the majority of it is going to be in Wickenburg and those surrounding areas, so just keep an eye out for that. Honestly, I feel like the best piece of advice that I can give you for coming to Arizona in the winter to rope is to subscribe to the Arizona Jackpot magazine. It is the golden ticket for all information on team ropings being held, where they're being held, as well as if you need any type of vendor or shoer or realtor or anything like that, local businesses will place ads in the Arizona Jackpot so that you have everything you need at your fingertips. A subscription for the entire year is only $10 or $20. I can't remember exactly. However, it's really inexpensive and you can get access to it online. So you can just log in on your phone and have access to the jackpot. Or if you prefer, you can also buy paper copies at your local feed shops, tack shops in the Phoenix area. The jackpot is awesome. You flip to the very back page and you're gonna see all the jackpots and all the ropings, where they're at and on what days. So the cool thing about team roping in Arizona in the wintertime is there is pretty much going to be a roping every single day. So that being said, the Arizona Jackpot is a must-have for team roping in the wintertime. I will put a link in the description box below so that you can go check out the website and subscribe if you choose. The next piece of advice that I want to give you is Facebook groups. Do not sleep on the Facebook groups. There are so many Facebook groups dedicated to team ropers or just horse people coming to Arizona for the wintertime. What I would suggest is if you know about what area you're going to be in, go in and search team roping in Wickenburg or horse events in Buckeye. Or I also believe there's a group called Winter Visitors in Wickenburg. There are just, I'm probably in in half a dozen groups myself. So don't sleep on the Facebook groups. This is a great place to not only figure out what jackpots are happening, where they're happening, but it's also a great place to find lodging. There are tons of people that might have like an RV hookup, or they might have a casita for rent, a small house for rent, or maybe they're renting out their entire house. So there's just so much information to be gleaned from Facebook groups. In the description box below, I will link a handful of Facebook groups that I'm in that I find are helpful so that you can join them as well. Now let's talk a little bit of logistics, planning your trip to Arizona. Make sure that you find a place to stay. Spots are going to fill up quick. Some places are going to offer horse boarding, they might offer full care, or they might only have self-care, so you would need to be the one taking care of your horses. Some places have on-site laundry available, and other places might not. A lot of places are going to have arenas and on-site cattle so that you can practice right there where you're keeping your horses. So there's just a plethora of things that you want to think about when it comes to choosing the place that you're going to be. For us, what I found to be helpful was determining what our must-haves and what our wants were. We needed to be able to have a 50 amp RV hookup space for the camp trailer that we will be in. For me, I wanted to be close enough to town where I could access like Sprouts and Target and other amenities like that pretty quickly without having to drive an hour into town. So keep in mind, places like Wickenburg, while they do have grocery stores and different things like that, it is a smaller town. And some of the areas north of Wickenburg are going to be very small rural towns as well. If you're okay with that, great. If you want a little bit more amenities like major grocery stores, Costco, gyms, places like that, then you're going to want to stay a little bit closer into town. But determine what your must-haves are and what your wants are, and then you can go from there. Next thing you want to do is just make sure that you give your truck and trailer the proper servicing before making the trek to Arizona. Of course, safety first, especially if you're hauling your horses yourself. We don't want anything bad to happen to them, so just do that real quick before you make the trek. You also, of course, are going to want to make sure that your horses are all up to date on their health certificates, on their vaccinations and things like that, so that when you cross state lines, you're not going to get in any trouble. Your horses don't have to be quarantined. The place where you're staying may also require up-to-date paperwork, so that's just something to take into consideration as you prepare to come to Arizona for the winter. And lastly, pack for varied weather. While it does get very warm in certain months during the wintertime, your warmer months are going to be October and November a little bit. It's going to start to cool off into December and January, and February, March, April is when it just starts to gradually warm up. In the wintertime, you can see up to 80 degrees down to in the 40s at night. So if you have winter blankets for your horses, whether they are like a heavy filled blanket or maybe a lighter filled blanket, I would still bring those. Your horses are going to adapt a little bit, of course, because they're horses and they're animals and that's what they do. However, don't be afraid to pack those blankets. Don't be afraid to pack any fly protection, because in the spring when it starts to warm up, you are going to see a lot more fly activity out there as they're like all flying around me. And the last thing I just want to touch on is if you are someone who is interested in having a more permanent place for coming to Arizona in the wintertime, if you want to turn it around and make it an income producing opportunity for you, having RV hookups or a place to rent, offering horse boarding, offering practice sessions, then that's where I come in. Shameless plug, I'm a real estate agent. I specialize in horse properties, acreage, and homesteads, or raw land if you're wanting to actually buy land and then build your dream setup on top of it. Don't be afraid to shoot me a message over on my Instagram account. You can also see a lot more behind the scenes, daily life content, more real estate information over there. Make sure to give me a follow. Or in the description box below, I will also put my Calendly link where you can schedule a call with me and we can just talk options and whatnot. If you aren't already, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out videos weekly covering all sorts of topics from home tours to real estate market updates to what certain price points will get you and more. So make sure that you subscribe and ding the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you for being here. Let's go rope. I'm so excited. I will see you this winter in Arizona, and I will see you in the next video.